Thank you very much, Des. And perhaps it was unfair of me to even describe Des as a whistleblower, because he was, as he said, simply trying to do his job, give the evidence to the parliamentary committee that he'd been subpoenaed to give. And I don't think I need to read all of the DPP's letter, but you'll note, you're probably aware that after saying that Tasmania lacks any independent investigative body, he did argue legally Tasmania Police, the Commissioner discharges his responsibilities under the direction of the Minister, which under the Administrative Arrangements Orders of 2008 means the Premier. The DPP then said that as the structure of the police service is hierarchical, it follows that the entire service is, as is the Commissioner, under the direction of the Minister. Thus, the DPP said it is inaccurate to speak of an independent police service, just as it is to speak, as I've heard said today by the Premier, of some separation of powers concerning the police. So it does seem to me that, whilst there are no doubt many honourable members of the Tasmanian Police Force, the matters that we've heard about earlier today are not matters which can satisfactorily be resolved or simply referred, as the Premier has tried to do, the shredded documents referring that to the police. There are deeper matters at the heart of this controversy over the judicial appointment, and I think Tasmanians at the very least deserve a commission of inquiry to investigate exactly what happened. Once we know that, then the entire Tasmanian public will be better informed and able to make an informed decision as to whether we need an independent commission against corruption, an ethics commission, an independent judicial appointments commission, and whatever other infrastructure we currently lack in Tasmania. But at this point, there's no doubt that the government is clearly refusing to answer direct questions about the facts of this matter. They're using all sorts of other smoke screens, attacks on Nigel Birch. I doubt very much that Des has ever received an apology. I see today the Premier is going to have a look at the transcript of what Doug Parkinson said about Mr Birch the other day and decide whether or not he should instruct Mr Parkinson to apologise to Mr Birch. We will wait with interest. For now, I'd like to introduce Marion, if she wants to make any final concluding remarks, and thank you all very much for your attendance here today. And perhaps we could just ask, for the few people who haven't had to dash back to work, can we have a show of hands for those who believe that Tasmania needs some further inquiry into the matter regarding the appointment of the magistrate that we've heard about today? Is there anyone who would like to oppose that? I think those calls are blended out, so it sounds like from the people who haven't had to dash back to work that we have a unanimous feeling of those who are still here now. I'd now like to hand over to Marion to conclude the meeting today.
The speakers have been fabulous and the audience has been very attentive, and we really appreciate that. We don't know how long this campaign is going to go on for. We'd like it to stop tomorrow, but it's not going to stop tomorrow. There's a lot of bureaucracy in our way before we can actually work towards a better democratic system that we have. This meeting costs quite a bit of money, and we do actually need support and resources for the Tasmanians for a Healthy Democracy. We have donation capacity. We have donation details on the website www.tashealthydemocracy.com. Please spread the word, because it's going to be a hard campaign. I've also got some pieces of paper at the back of the hall. If you can help with your skills towards the group, that would be really good as well. At the moment, it's a very small group and it's taking up a lot of energy, and we need other people's energy to come on board as well. And I've just got a couple of things to say about the responses I've had to setting up the website this week. The first call I had on Saturday morning was from a gentleman in Sydney, and he said, you've got to be very careful about saying democracy. Democracies never work, never happen. It's just an ideal. And a democracy, I mean, I think Jeff Malcolm will probably be able to explain a democracy more clearly than me, but from my perspective, it's about the rights of the individuals in that society to make decisions and informed decisions. We don't have that at the moment. We have a democratic system that is evolving and it's getting better in some parts of the world. And let's make it better in Tasmania and come and join us with the Tasmanians for the healthy democracy, and thank our speakers for today. It's been fabulous.